Okay, that was pretty close. All right. That is the canoe. That's the bottom made out of the coconut tree trunk. Besides making a little canoe, cut it, hollow it out, put a skin on top of it. That's how we made our pahu drum. As well as using for building material for your holly, for your house, just some of the things you use the trunk of your coconut tree for. Leaves of the coconut tree were used to use your roof, your walls, your mats, papali hat, fan to keep yourself cool, skirts, plates, bowls, baskets. Since we didn't have a Hoover vacuum in the old days, you take your midrib, which is your fishing poles. You gather about 6 or 7 of those together, tie them up. Guess what? No excuses. Got a clean house. That's right. Now to the coconut itself. Has anybody here opened a coconut since it's been here in islands? Please raise your hand. Back there. Okay. What'd you guys use back there? Steak knife, all right. All right, that's a good one. Steak knife. I've been doing the coconut demonstration for a number of years. The number one utensil for people traveling far to open up our coconut here in the Hawaiian Islands has been the hammer and screwdriver. Number 2 goes to the sidewalk or the pohaku, the stones. Number 3, kitchen utensils, knives, forks, cleavers. I've heard all kinds of stories, tire irons, chainsaws, ice picks, skill saw. The number 1 story though belongs to Kane, who went to the 4th floor where he was staying. He took his coconut, he hurled it down to the ground. That didn't work. He got in his car, he drove over the coconut. That didn't work. Came to Luau, said, please show me how to open a coconut. What we use in irons is a simple Luau, sharpen on both ends. One goes in the ground, one sticks out of the ground. Since we didn't want to put a hole in our nice, beautiful grassy stage here, we created this device. This device is made out of ironwood, okay? You can find it at your local hardware store. All right? Now, the first thing you want to do when you open your coconut is identify where your coconut hangs from. The reason is you don't want to hit the coconut in the middle, because if you hit the coconut in the middle, you're going to crack your nut. That's right. So what you want to do is you want to hit the end, listen to the nut. Once you have it on, you use the weights, some muscle, and tear the husk right off. Now, for most professional coconut openers, it takes 1, 2, 3, 4. You should have the nut out. However, if that doesn't happen tonight, it's a bad coconut. All right, let's get started here. Here we go. How's that? Come here. All right. Now, what you're going to find out about a coconut is that a coconut has a face just like you and I. It has 2 eyes and a mouth. Aloha ahi ahi kako, which means good evening to you all. Now, why is it important to identify a coconut's face? The reason is, you want to crack a coconut in half, you find its 2 eyes, its mouth, on top of its po'o, its head, that runs a line. If you hit the coconut on top of its head, on top of that line, 95% of the time, the coconut will crack beautifully right in half, and therefore you can use the shell for some of the things you might be telling me about later. Now, you can use a number of things to crack the coconut in half. You can use a Luau, which is a stick. You can use a pohaku, which is a stone. I've even seen a brother use his po'o. Once. Or else you can use your Hawaiian butter knife. Tonight we'll use our Hawaiian butter knife. Now, for all you Malahini traveling afar, you've read the story, heard the story about the traveler who came to our islands. He used the sharp end. What happened is, he hit the coconut, he went through the coconut, and now you guys know the rest of the story. Just hang loose, all right? Just hang loose. All right. So, I'm gonna always use the dull lamp. Now, like I said, if you hit the coconut on top of its head, on top of the line, the coconut should crack right in half. However, if the coconut doesn't crack right in half, it's a coconut. Oh, come on, Kyo Papa, it's a smart class. All right. Everybody on 3. 1. On a hold, let's try that again.
3.
1, 2, 3.
Yep, let's try that again. There you go, how's that? All right, how do you get the meat out of the coconut? Simply take your butter knife, sterilize it, press it about a 45 twist clockwise, and check it out, the meat just comes right out. Now, in Hawaii we say hana malie. Try that saying. Okay, don't try that saying. All right, there you go, get the meat out of the coconut. Like I said, nothing goes to waste, so the shell of the coconut used for all kinds of cups, all kinds of holders for travel to Samoa Tonga. You see beautiful bracelets, beautiful necklaces, all made out of the shell of your coconut. Travel to Roa Tonga to cook islands, you see a string instrument made out of your shell of your coconut, all that from your shell of your coconut. The husk of your coconut used to make twine, rope, fire, as well as ow ow. Everybody say ow ow. Ow ow means you got to take a bath, that's right. So thank the person next to you for taking a bath, that's nice, yeah? Okay, now, what I've learned doing a coconut demonstration. I had a lady from Togo who came to our luau. Besides many things they do there that we do in the islands, they'd cut their coconut in half, had shellac around, they had a handle. She told me I could hold ice cubes for 2 to 3 days, something I learned doing a coconut demonstration. All this to say, if you're ever stranded on an island, you have a coconut tree, malama. Take care of your coconut tree. We'll see you real shortly with our recording. Today, mahalo and hui ho, mahalo.